Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Miggle. Welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm going to be walking you guys through the mindset of debt. So growing up, your parents probably told you that debt's a really horrible thing. You got friends or family telling you never get into debt. And I am here to tell you that is total, complete horseshit. The only people who are telling you that are the people who mismanage money and were not responsible. Just like anything, when used correctly, it could be used as a tool that can help you propel forward. And when it comes to debt, the two biggest things to understand is when you're using debt, is that going into a liability or an asset? See, if you're maxing out your cards, buying new purses, shoes, or whatever, that's considered a liability. It's not making any more money. But if you're investing that debt into something more productive and positive, like an asset, like real estate, stocks, whatever, your business, your knowledge, then the whole idea is if you're leveraging debt that's into an asset that's going to make you more money that you could pay back the banks, then why the heck would I not use it? Essentially, you're using the bank to let you buy the asset, whatever it is. And once you get that asset, it's just going to continue producing income for you. So in this video, I really want to tackle the whole idea and mindset of debt. I know, like I said, a lot of people were raised to think that it's a really bad thing, but I'm here to tell you it's not. And I want to walk you guys through this diagram that I just created to better kind of depict what I mean. But the idea is leverage other people's money, especially the banks, especially if it's at 0%. As long as you're investing in an asset that's going to pay itself off, you're going to get out on top because you're getting the lender to essentially pay for it for you for free. And the other thing too is always have a backup strategy. If you're leveraging other people's money, have a plan on how you can pay it back in case if the investment doesn't go well for you. So here's the diagram. This will help you guys understand what I mean very easily. Coming into this video, come very open-minded. I know that it's years of just years of negative self-talk on debt. You might have had some bad experiences with it or just know people have bad experiences, but by knowing the game and knowing how to make it work for you, you're going to come out on top. So let's take this example. So you got my boy Xavier on the left side and we got Ian on the right side. Their goal is they both want to maximize their earnings from investing into real estate. Cool. Now, in this scenario, both have $100K in savings to invest, except Xavier has access to an additional $100K in 0% business credit funding. And he's going to hedge his real estate risk by putting that 0% into a safer asset, maybe something like the S&P 500 that has a 10% appreciation year over year. Or if you want even something even more safer, a high yield savings account or a cash value life insurance policy that grosses about 4% a year, which is really good. You don't even have to do anything. Now, the question I want to pose to you guys is, who do you think is going to make more money in this investment game? Let's look at this from two scenarios. They're either going to win or they're going to lose in their real estate investment. So with real estate typically, on average, it will be, what is the appreciation? Actually, let me just look it up because I want to make sure I'm not bullshitting you guys. Average appreciation for a home per year. All right, so ChatGPT is going to tell us appreciation. So the average appreciation for rates homes in the United States is 2.2% monthly, or about almost 15%, about 15% annually. So that's really good. So let's play this game. Let's take the winning scenario. They both invest 100K. They put it into the home, and they're going to have an asset 100K into this, let's say with a 15% appreciation over the year. They're going to walk away with $115,000 each. That's great, right? They just, in 1 year, they just made $15,000 just from their real estate. Now, the big difference is, again, Xavier had more money to play with. The more funding you have, the more opportunities you get to make more money. And that's exactly what he did. He invested the additional capital that he had at 0% into, let's just say, the S&P 500. It's got a 10% average return every year. So in this scenario, he invested 100K in 0%, put it into this. Now he's walking away with 110K. Now he still has to pay back the banks. So he puts 100K from here, the 110K he put from here to pay back 100K on the card, but he's still left with $10,000. So in this case, with them both winning, Xavier walks away with a $15,000 gain because he got 15% of 100,000, and then a 10% gain of the 100K he put in the credit card. That comes out to $25,000 in profits. He's still going to keep that 100K here in the house to let it keep appreciating and do its thing. While Ian, on the other hand, since he didn't know how to use 0% business credit cards or was too scared of using debt, he's only walking away with 10,000, or no, he'd be walking away with 15,000. I apologize. So X walks away with an additional 10K. He only walks away with 15. He walks away with 25,000. So that's pretty cool. And something that just came to mind too, the people who do fear debt and are stuck in that mindset. It's funny because in both scenarios, they're still leveraging a mortgage that does have debt to buy this house. So what's the difference between that and a credit card? They're both using it for an asset. He's just stuck in that whole negative mindset of credit card debt, that it's bad, even though it's not. It really isn't. You probably already used, tons of debt for your home, auto, school loans. Yet people are afraid to invest business credit card debt at 0% for, other assets like education or other investments. So pretty weird, right? Now, that's, the scenario if they both won. Now, let's talk about, let's take the scenario where they lose on the bet, right? They lose out on the real estate. Let's say they both put 100K into the house. It completely flops, right? They're just out 100K completely, right? So Ian's out 100K. Xavier's out 100K. But since he had the 0% business credit, put it into a safe investment that's averaging a 10% appreciation a year, at least he's walking away with 10K in his pocket versus, so I guess Ian would be down 100K. Now Xavier's down only 90K because this is going to make up 10K for what he put in. And still he has the money to pay back the banks from the original 100K that he borrowed. And that's kind of the whole idea. I mentioned it earlier, the more funds you have, the more opportunities you get to make more money, and you can hedge your risk. Versus if you're only relying on savings the whole time, if one bad thing happens, you're screwed. So that's kind of it when it comes to the mindset of debt. I hope this kind of shifted your mind frame. Some of you guys might be thinking like, if you're investing, there's risk, blah, blah, blah. And no shit, that is 100% true. And if you're not willing to take risk, then good luck staying at your 9-to-5 job or, whatever thing that you're comfortable with. That's totally fine. But if you're not willing to take risks, and not just any risk, calculated risk, where you're showing up, you're doing your research, you have the right mentors to guide you, and you're hedging your risks and bets, then you're going to come out on top every time. Will you have some setbacks here and there? Yes. But if you do it right, you're going to be totally fine. And the only way to, move forward in life is if you're taking action, taking risks. And the biggest thing too is the more funding you have, the more opportunities you get. And you're never going to have an excuse as to why you can't start that business that you've always wanted to, why you can't get this real estate deal or whatever, just because the number one bottleneck to any business, whether it's starting or scaling it, is lack of working capital. Nobody gives a shit if you have the best product and service in the world, because it's all an idea until you have the money to put it into action and actually have something to sell to people. So keep that in mind. Don't let those limiting beliefs hold you back. I know it took me a while to get comfortable with it until you really start understanding how the whole game runs. I promise you will, your eyes are just going to explode and you're going to be like, what the hell? How did I never know about this? This is the type of stuff people don't teach in schools, but I'm glad I could teach you guys. If you guys have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. But appreciate you guys staying to the whole video. That's basically it. Like, follow, and subscribe on the YouTube. Follow me on Instagram, Motive Miggle. What else? Also, a couple things that I do offer is I do have a one-on-one coaching program. That's a little bit more exclusive. You have to be an ideal client for that. But I also offer done-for-you credit repair and done-for-you funding for people who are interested in that. So if that is something you want to learn more about, feel free to reach out. But again, thank you for your time and attention. Appreciate you guys. Peace out. Much love. Stay beautiful. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.